LaRinda Johnson, 4613 13th Street. Just as we're listening to everything, I understand good intentions, but please remember impact over intention that matters. Last week, community members came together to dissent on a camping ban which criminalizes homelessness and 3 people existing on public land. Mayor, during the committee meeting, you mentioned the city's efforts to address the housing crisis. I appreciate the work, as do others. However, framing those efforts combined with Julie Sparks' icon speech as a defense against perceived first world attacks missed the point. Julie didn't mention the camping ban once, by the way. It felt like public criticism was being misread as an attack rather than a concern. I also want to call out that ICANN's director interrupted and made rude gestures to the one person present who was experiencing homelessness. That's unacceptable, and you wonder why there's distrust. Just like the repository would suppress the fact that so many people showed up to speak, the city also seemed to be silencing dissent. It's feeling very chunky out there in a sea of Democrats. I sent a survey out to the community. Some of those results are in those packets I just gave you. The public had to do your job and the media's. I also have a QR code for anyone who wants to view those results. Y'all too. Here are a few quotes from people experiencing homelessness about the ban. I've been homeless since I was 14 and I learned things on the street and I can't learn anywhere else. It changes mindsets. It teaches you don't need money and it's not important. I think people should be allowed if they're clean, courteous, and owning their stuff. It hinders more than helps. I've seen whole self-sustaining villages. It's against American values. You're not hurting anyone. Why would there be a problem? If they can't sleep in a house and can't sleep in a tent, where can they go? It's cruel and inhumane to deny humans the right to sleep where they can. The mayor said we don't like the homeless. Everything is about money. Unless us homeless people, we are people too. We're not just tools. With people not paying attention, it hurts. I don't like Trumps. They don't care. You gotta stand up. So to stand against this policy is not criticism of the city's other efforts necessarily. People acknowledge the work, but also demanded more. Again, dissent against this harmful policy specifically is not a criticism of the work. As LaRinda said last week, the research is already out there claiming bans don't work. The evidence is easy to find. Don't Democrats value research? The defensiveness from the city representatives feel like, well, what do you want us to do then? But most of us aren't coming here with answers or resources. We're coming because this policy causes harm. The only people who benefit from camping bans are those who want to pretend homelessness doesn't exist, out of sight, out of mind, right? Again, this policy only harms unhoused folks. Many unhoused folks thought this was a Trump policy, and that assumption makes sense. Until June 2024, cities couldn't even implement bans like this due to lower court rulings. Under Obama, camping bans were unconstitutional. But the Trump Supreme Court overturned that. That's why you're seeing this uptick in cruel policies. The same court is stripping autonomy away, just like it did with reproductive rights. So my question is, are you so afraid of Trump you will assimilate to eugenic fascist policies? Do you think white supremacy will save you?